not even tunneling. It's not a tunnel, is it? It's a sort of a cut and fill. What the hell? How did you get over there? Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys. Guys. Help. Well, hello, I'm Bob Dendry, this is Boring Guy Plays, and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2. So, Azure Delta is starting to look pretty good, and today we're going to start off on this little island, this little patch of land here in our Delta. Now, you're probably wondering why we're looking at this little bit of land. And simple fact is, we're going to do some exploitation. So if we have a look at our coal and ore mining, you can see we've got a couple of patches here, and today we're going to look to exploit both of those patches to start to get some, coal and ore industry functioning. So we'll start off by just getting a couple more squares purchased so we can actually get at and access those little patches. And I think these 3 should be fine. We'll hang on to the other 5 in case we have some further sort of needs we need to look after in short order. But I want to start over here with this one. I'm also noticing pollution is not looking good. Well, water pollution anyway. You can sort of see that that lovely sewerage bloom sort of all over the place. So we might look to give our water system a bit of a glow up as well, and potentially get rid of that untreated sewerage outlet there. But that's not what we're looking at right now. We do have a motorway connection here. However, I'm actually not going to connect this industrial area directly to the motorway. I don't think that really makes sense. Instead, we will have a direct connection to Woodland Street. Has that always been Woodland Street? Main road. And that should allow any sort of ore trucks either direct access to sort of the back way onto this highway or direct access to this motorway here. So yeah, I think that's a good shout for us, and we will start planning our road network. We've also got some space here that we could use for some general industry as well. We could unlock these 2 squares to sort of fully utilize this little island. So we're going to start by doing that. In fact, we actually want that to go the other way. And then we'll just do some regular 2-lane roads, I think, to do the rest of the journey. Maybe actually one of these truss bridges, which I think were pretty nice. Lovely. Sort of lovely. I don't like that, actually. What does the default bridge look like? Is there no default bridge? Okay. No. Okay, so the default road doesn't actually create a bridge. We've also done that as well. Gross. Okay, so we might just need to grin and bear that for the moment, while we, I guess, work on something that might be a little bit better. I'm actually going to redo this a little bit, though. What do you mean overlapping items? What's happened? Okay, that was weird. So, we will upgrade this little section here. Potentially? No, we've got some weirdness happening here, haven't we? Okay, there we go. And this section here, we will change back into our asymmetric road. And let's just remind ourselves of our area. Okay, perfect. So we might have this bridge sort of curve around and just skirt the outside of that industrial area, just so we've got full coverage that we can get there. So I might have a road just sort of going along here. Just like so. Just a regular road though. And we might just build up a little bit as well. I was saying slope too steep. That looks like, I know it's saying overlapping items now actually. A 20% grade, that's ridiculous. But it's the only grade we can build without it, for some reason, overlapping with our bridge. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is a bit odd. What is this? Okay. Not quite. Very close to what we needed, though. Oh, actually, I wonder if it's the fact that it's trying to build like a one of these sort of solid bases that it's complaining. Maybe it is. Oh well. What can you do, right? I think that's acceptable. And I'll leave it at that. Just so we're not sitting here all day trying to make that look decent. So we'll just soften this terrain a little bit because we don't really need that now. We were just sort of using it to make sure we got sort of what we wanted. So yeah, it's not great. And you've got this little thing here. If we had a node controller so we could make that a constant slope, that would be great. But of course we don't have that available to us, at least not at this time. And yeah, now we can get our industrial area placed down. We're going to go coal here, I think. And I might... We've got a lot of flickering here. Okay, I think there is where we'll put that in. And we're just going to get as much area here as we can. Yeah, I think that should be good. Okay, oh yes, and we don't have... sewage. For some reason, you get power on these bridges, but not sewage. I feel like in real life there would absolutely be a little pipe running sort of under the deck of the bridge, but it is what it is. It's not available to us apparently, so we will need to make that connection ourselves. Just make it happen ourselves. There we go. Oh, we've stuffed the bridge a little bit again. But yeah, it's alright. It's fine. Might just smooth off a bit of this as well. That's definitely not the nicest bridge I've ever built. Okay, apparently that did not make the connection. Sort of looks like it is. I mean, the pipes are quite possibly twisted. But they definitely should be connected. Okay, we might just need to make an alternate connection, I guess. What about now? Very interesting. Once again, we've knotted our pipes. What the hell? Okay, so I've reloaded the game and the problem seems to be fixed now. So I don't know why it didn't work at the time, but all appears to be good now. So we should start to see once we have more than one employee. Some coal being produced. We are exploiting our natural environment as we can, so we're going to do it, you know. And yeah, we've got some room here that we can also place some additional general industry that will cater for, you know, some of that massive demand we have as well. This is probably a good shout to have a cargo harbour, to be honest. Maybe? I mean, it's all a little bit skew with our delta here. It definitely is a bit of a navigational hazard, but I think we could get a cargo harbour in, like, here. And that should allow us to import and export our wares to other places as well. So yeah, we may as well just finish off getting all of this island under our control. And to get some boats, we will actually need to do some development. So what are we at now? So water is its own sort of so water's its own separate single sort of development chain. So we will get that done. And that should unlock everything we need to get a cargo harbour running. What do we need? Oh, yes. Okay. Cargo harbour. Hang on. Yes. Okay. Whoa. Actually, wow. That's massive. Whoa. Okay. I mean, I love it, to be honest. I just didn't realize it was going to be this big. You've got rail. You've got plenty of rail connections. I'm actually a really big fan of this. But yeah, we're going to have to slightly rethink our plans because it's not really going to fit on here. Not at least without rerouting our motorway. No, I'm actually like massive fan of this. It's great. We could potentially get rid of this little island here. Let's call it dredging. I'm going to do it, to be honest. I know it's probably a little bit crappy to be doing this. But what do we got there that we... Oh no, we've got a stone monument. We're going to move that. Let's put that over there. Just removing like items of cultural significance and just putting them somewhere else. Hopefully we're not going to cause any tsunamis by changing the water level. It looks like we're alright. Looks like that's probably a little bit improved on the first game. And yeah, we should hopefully be able to get this in. Maybe not. We might actually just be... Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not too bad. Actually, I thought we had rail connections here, but we don't. They're just lots of, like, forklift type connections. Can we get rail? Okay, we can. And it goes in there. Which is not too bad. We can cater for that, I think. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know, actually. We could maybe put this on the other side. That might make a little bit more sense. What else do we have? Warehouses? Ooh, okay. And just more cranes as well. What does that do? Okay, that increases the loading speed. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I actually think, yeah, putting it on this side might be a little bit better. We don't have many squares left, but I think we should only need one for this. Perfect. Okay. So let's try it over here then. We can get it a little bit further in as well. Okay, how's that? I think that's I think that's better. We're going to need to do a little bit of work on the terrain. But that should cater for everything. We should be able to get in a rail connection, I think, without too much issue. And yeah, we should be able to just smooth... I was going to say smooth it, but we might actually level out a little bit. And then I will smooth it out for... Oh, God. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. This has sort of become a little bit outside of the scope of what we're actually working on. But it's fine. It's fine. We can connect up to this road here as well. People going past on the motorway must be like, what the hell is going on here? All right, we've got our connection. I don't like that. We should be able to do a little slope. Apparently slope is too steep. But it worked fine. There we go. So we've got... what is happening here? Oops, hang on. I'm guessing... Okay, no waterway connection, because we haven't hooked any of that up yet. Fair enough. So, how do these work? Nourish... Okay, I guess these are pretty much just like roads, like how many lanes there are. So we might go with a medium, I guess. Can we lay these? Oh, actually, no, that's not too bad. We can link it up to here. We just need to buy a square we're literally not going to use for anything else. It looks like we're going to level up shortly, actually. So I think we'll be okay. We might need 2. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to need 2. Okay. Unfortunate. It would be great if we could set up the seaways without owning the squares, because it's I don't necessarily think you would need to have building permits for the sea to build or to have your ships go there. Look, it is what it is, right? I'm just trying to work out. Okay, so this is a seaway here, actually. Looks like it's a medium one. Oh, man. Oh, actually, I was going to say we're going to have some issues there. Look, we should be fine just to dredge a little bit more. I can soften that terrain. And we should be good to get that in. Oh man, this is like super shifty. I actually don't even know if we'll oh man, this is turning into a bit of a thing, isn't it? So we're probably actually going to need at least one more square here, so we might need to leave that for the moment. After putting all this effort into getting this sort of working, it doesn't sort of work, in fact, and we're going to need more water with building permits, but that's all right. That's all right. It's all a learning experience, isn't it? So what we'll do then, we will get some industrial on the rest of this island, and then, oh, okay, here we go. There we go. We've got 10 building permits now, so that situation is sort of resolved all on its own. And what have we unlocked now? So we have just standard high density housing now, which is cool. I believe in Cities Skylines 2 as well, your high density housing is like actual sort of high rise type housing, whereas more sort of medium rise, to be honest, in Cities Skylines 1 in the vanilla game anyway. So we'll get that in use in not too long, I'm sure. But first, we need some more building permits for water. There we go. Probably that one as well, to be honest. So we've wasted 30% of our new building permits with something that we're never going to be able to build on. But There we go. So we can now export goods via the sea. Very cool. Why is it so dark? Are we like underground or something? What? Ooh. That's like a very gloomy looking weather, isn't it? Okay. I guess it might be winter soon? Or is winter? I don't know. Got some crime happening over here as well. Hopefully the police will be there in not too long to help out anyone that needs helping out. Or potentially Mother Nature is like they're building more industrial. I'm sad. That's a possibility as well. But yeah, we're going to get a little area of industrial gridded out. Of course, this is like the best advertisement for your city ever, isn't it? As you're like driving past in your car, you can just see all the industrial that is on the waterfront. Like, perfect, right? Big fan of that. All right, and we've got so much space for activities here, industrial activities, and we will, get that all filled in, start to get some of that developing. We may leave some space potentially for a fire department as well. Obviously, industrial areas by their nature. Hang on, what is that? What do we got there? Is that an oil area? Ooh. Please hold. What is that? Or is that just pointing out the trees that we'll be removing? Yeah, looks like it would be. Okay. Got some oil on this island here. So that is something to keep in mind. Yeah, so we're going to have this massive industrial area as you're entering the city, which I suppose isn't completely unrealistic. And those are sort of areas that I guess tend to get converted into nicer, generally high-rise-ish residential areas later in a city's life cycle. Definitely, I used to live in one in Sydney. It's called Wentworth Point. It was formerly called Homebush Bay West, I believe, and it was sort of a heavy industrial area, as was Rhodes, to be honest, in Sydney as well, which is quite nearby, and they've become quite major high-density residential hubs. So yeah, it's not unheard of, I guess, and that's something we might look at later on in the game as we continue to develop the city. We will get a firehouse in here, however, just to make sure we are covering off these areas for any fire needs. And we also need to set up a ship line. I forgot about that. Of course, from time to time, I just pretend things are exactly the same as they were in Cities Skylines 1. We've got 2 routes we can set up here. So we'll give them each a different terminal. And yeah, hopefully we'll start to see some trade with those other cities that we have links to. Ooh, okay, I've just noticed this icon here as well. No vehicles available. And we've got heaps and heaps of people at this bus stop, but we don't have any buses to run service. Where is our bus depot? Over here. So we have 35 vehicles in use out of 35. So we need to get in another shed. That'll give us 45 vehicles. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll just leave that for just a short while and we'll come back and take a look at it shortly. Oh, wait on. Hang on. Oh, what's happened? Oh. Wait, whoa. Hang on. Actually, no. What's happened is all this stuff started up. So we are running low on electricity once again. Ooh. And I don't know if more renewables will cut it at this point, to be honest. We might need to look at getting a dirty power plant running. Which we could potentially pop over here near our cargo harbour. Okay, a larger coal power plant, to be honest, might be a good shout, at least for the moment, until we can move on to renewables. It's continuing to look more and more dank and dark. Obviously, we're heading into winter, aren't we? So I guess at the moment, our base load is going to be coal. And well, we've got our coal mine over there. So at least we'll be able to hopefully, use locally produced coal to drive that. Oh, wow. Big power plant, this one, isn't it? Wow, look at that. Also sort of stuffed up the... all of that. Oh, that doesn't look great, does it? Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Should just be able to soften this out. And of course, we've got our high voltage lines that we're not necessarily going to be using right now. Actually, we can just lay a cable, can't we? Well, that... Oh no, there already is a cable. Does that solve? No. Also, it doesn't connect to anything either. I'm doing great right now, as you can see. Okay, so we are going to need to connect that to something to, you know, cut off that annoyingness. So we might be able to link it up here, right? And that should shut it up. Yeah, cool. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That must have massive water consumption, right? It doesn't say. Hang on. Does it say up here? No, it doesn't actually. But obviously, that must be because we have completely blown out our water and sewage treatment. That is okay, to be honest. Where is our water pumping station right now? I think it's over here, isn't it? So, and we've probably also got a little bit of water pollution there as well, potentially if there's some leaching in from our industrial area. So it may make sense to actually shift these to an area where probably unlikely to build, you know, unlikely to be building industrial on. So we might potentially shift this over there. We might even get two side by side. Of course, we're going to need some road connectivity as well. So we'll just connect a dirt road here, I think. And we don't need traffic lights there, no. That should be fine. And yeah, we need more sewage treatment, which I think we might potentially upgrade. A water treatment plant. I'm an idiot. honestly. I was like, where is the bigger sewerage? It's right there, directly in front of me. Okay, so I think it might make sense to have this as part of this little hub here. And that should cover off all our requirements right now. Yep, people are very happy. There's also a lot of people saying they don't feel safe going out at night. Oh, at least we now have an amazing healthcare system, because last episode they were absolutely not thinking that. Let's hang on. So let's go back to... Okay, we do have a little bit of crime, actually. We do. So we've got, what, 3 police stations right now, which I think is a reasonable amount, to be honest. Obviously not quite. We could potentially add some more police vehicles to increase the amount of vehicles on patrol. That'll probably help out a bit. So we might just do that to start with. And this is the station that would be serving those areas where we are seeing a little bit of crime. Oh, and we are seeing some container ships as well. I don't know if they'd be that low on the water. I feel like this cargo harbour is placed way too high, because I think these are there to like stop the hull banging against the docks. So we're definitely a little bit low there, aren't we? Okay, so our coal area is in production now. Obviously, they're still after a few employees, but that should resolve itself before too long. And yeah, I want to get an ore area in, which I believe right here, where there are no trees, is possibly where we have that deposit. Alrighty, so let's get our ore mining precinct set up and ready to run. So we'll probably get our base building about here. So we should be able to cover pretty much all the area. We might actually even get it over here, because then we definitely do cover everything. I might put that right there. And then we will have our area created to cover off everything. All right. And just need our road going in now. And there we go. Oh, that's not nice. Always with the not niceness. That should be better. And then we should just be able to soften this out again. Okay. So we've got our ore mining district started as well. Nothing much happening right now, though we do have a single sort of mine building ready to go, ready to start to get some workers down there. I just noticed that my cat is on the floor next to me as I record. I don't know the wisdom of having agricultural areas within like spitting distance of mining. I feel like that's a public health disaster waiting to happen, but the game allows us to do it, so hey, we'll do it. It does look like we are starting to get quite a bit of congestion at this interchange. It looks like most people are actually wanting to go left here, which we don't have a slip road, so we might actually need to get one in. I don't know how we'll make that work, because we've got the bridge. I suppose we can still make it work with the bridge. And it's probably going to be necessary, because look, there's just so many people that are wanting to turn left. So how can we do this? So I think we can potentially add a section of asymmetric road. Get like a double ramp. Like so. And maybe turn that into a single connection or a single ramp. And we can turn off left turn at this intersection. no left turn there. And I would like to make those a single segment as well. Also, no left turn there. Oh, no right turn there. You're having a laugh if you're going to do that. No, get out of there. Turn right there. And we shouldn't need traffic lights either. Or even stop signs. Do we have stop signs there right now? No, we don't. Okay, cool. Perfect. So that should be pretty much free flowing now. Unless you're going through, of course. I'm assuming you can't go straight here unless I haven't done that yet. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine anyway. Enough about exploiting our natural environment and congestion for the moment, because we need to get some more low-density residential. And I have a good idea of what we could potentially look to do to cover some of that demand. And I think we could get a nice little gated community here, sort of right by the sea, really. So let's have a look. We can unlock the rest of this sort of coastline with 4 permits, which doesn't leave us with a lot, but I think we've still got plenty of spaces we could continue to expand our city without necessarily getting a lot more planning permits. So I'm thinking we could get a nice little gated community on this little peninsula here. It's going to be a fairly small community, but I think it will work pretty well. If we just do a little bit of planning here, we can just sort of have it butt up against our existing Barlow Field community and complete that. And I don't know what we're going to call that. Mulberry Keys, maybe. And yeah, we'll make this a gated community, get it all ready to go. And we just need an entry road to start with, really, don't we? Of course, we'll be connecting to main road, as you would expect. Like so. What? Why? Hang on. What's the problem? Why are houses or businesses being removed here? Have we stuffed the zoning? I don't know why it's done that, honestly. Condemned. Why? I don't understand. Weird. Okay, I don't know how to fix that, aside from if we... No, not even if we remove that, it doesn't fix it. So that's unfortunate. That isn't the outcome I wanted. And I'm thinking we'll have just sort of like some finger roads coming off here, rather than... I'm just thinking, because that'll make it a bit of a cul-de-sac, but I suppose it doesn't necessarily matter all that much, because we shouldn't really have anyone visiting this area except to those who live there. That's what I'm going for anyway. And yeah, we're just going to go with... Might have a little roundabout at the end, just to allow people to turn around and go back out if they need to. And yeah, then we're just going to go with a few cul-de-sacs. Might even actually have this curve around. Oh no, not like that though. No, I don't like that. We might take this out a bit further. Yeah, better. But yeah, we will put we'll probably just put a small roundabout on the end there. Yep. I don't know why I was paused. I don't know how long I've been paused. Probably because I was concerned about these buildings, right? So yeah, we got Mulberry Keys, our premium gated community. Of course, there are people out there that are crying out for assistance with high rent, but we're going to solve this by building a high-end gated community, of course, because that's what you do, right? This is going to be very, very primarily low-density residential. We might get a few little bits of row housing and some very small nodules of commercial, but other than that, these are all going to be freestanding homes. And there we go. Construction started on pretty much everything straight away. And I think we'll just get our low density commercial just sort of quite close to the entry of the area. Cool. I've forgotten to add like parks and stuff, so we might need to maybe remove a few houses. I do apologize, residents. I just don't plan ahead sometimes, you know. And we might definitely get a medical clinic in here. Though we could potentially sort of get that over here, just near our main road. Police stations, I think the one over there will handle it fine, and fire, I think our coverage is fine as well. Cool. All right, so there we go. We got little Mulberry Keys. There is going to be no bus services here. And I think I actually might remove street parking for everything except Broad Street, which is sort of the main drag. Instead, we're going to have tree-lined roads on this. No. I was going to say we'll have tree-lined roads here. No, we won't. We will have tree-lined roads here. Lindbergh Street. And then we'll have grass here. Oh, in fact, we can have grass and trees, which we will do. And there you go. New little area, very inaccessible. You can't really get in here unless you live here. There's going to be no public transport and very little parking as well, which, I mean, for better or worse, I have seen a lot of these sort of more exclusive areas, at least in my experience in like areas like Sydney, do very much not like parking because it allows people to come into the area, which they don't necessarily like. So yeah, I guess that's what it's like, for better or worse. A lot of the congestion appears to be starting to go down. I don't know if that's just because we're not in peak hour anymore or something like that. What is that? A rock. A boulder, in fact. Yeah, see you later. Now I'm going to do something now that I don't often do, and it's to make a direct call out to you, the viewer. So I have a look at the analytics on the channel from time to time. Of course, I like to, see how I'm going, things like that. And I've noted with this series, there's quite a few people watching it, but not all that many people subscribed. Less than half of you who are watching this video are subscribed to the channel. So I would really encourage you. It helps me out a lot. If you've come this far and you're not subscribed, give me a hand. just hit that subscribe button and maybe leave a like on the video as well. It does help me out a lot as a creator. Wow, our demand is continuing to go through the roof. So obviously we've built a good city here because everyone wants to come and live here and start businesses here and get jobs here. So we are going to continue to work on that for the rest of the episode. Now, we've got a nice little slab of land here that is probably ripe for development, and it would be a nice sort of infill development to allow us to, I guess, start to fill in some of the blank spaces we've got through the city. I don't know how the contours look. They're not particularly good, but they're not the worst. I think we could definitely smooth out some areas and make it sort of a little bit more enticing. We could sort of aim at this major contour here. And just, yeah, do a little bit of weirdness here. And probably do then some smoothing. Our goal is to get rid of the sort of cliff texture, I think. If we can get to that, then we've done pretty well in smoothing. That's my opinion anyway on it. It doesn't look like we're going to have any luck there. We might need to actually level in this direction. Yeah, I mean, pretty good, pretty good. We've got a nice little entry point here. We can see where our contours are pretty neutral. And yeah, we just need to potentially work out a way to get up to this area here where we have a nice little flat pad we prepared earlier. But yeah, this is going to be probably another one of these sort of more sprawling residential areas rather than a gridded one like we've got in Concord Bluff for our low density. This is actually going to be a through connection, I think, but it's relatively sort of sprawling. Oh, probably don't want that. The shadows in this game are not great. Let's be very clear about that. So we're going to try and fix that, potentially by lowering the terrain a little bit there or smoothing it out. Try and make it just a regular road. No. Well, we've reduced the amount we're tunneling though, or not even tunneling. It's not a tunnel, is it? It's a sort of a cut and fill. What the hell? How did you get over there? Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys. Help. Their car's on fire. I hope they're alright. God, have they come off the bridge? I mean, that's not great. Anyway, now that we got out of the way. So I might try and... I don't know what I'm doing here. This is quite possibly going to end in tragedy. I think that should be alright, actually, if we do that. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So now we can smooth that. Oh god, no, that's not smoothing. No! We can smooth this. Maybe even actually level it out a little bit. And then smooth it. I'm not good at clicking buttons. I don't know if you can tell that. But Sometimes it doesn't work out for me. Okay, that is a bit ugly, but I think is usable as a nice new little bit of local, I guess, local residential type area. So yeah, once again, not a massive amount of area available here to build on, but I think this is still going to be quite helpful. We might actually go to Marquee and try and not get any cliffy type buildings. Am I building row houses? I think I was. Let's try again. We don't want row houses. We want just some regular residential here. Sorry about that. And we should have a little bit of room to get in some offices as well, I think, on Spruce Street. A little bit of officeage. So yeah, this episode we made some big ticket upgrades to our city, I think, especially along the lines of, you know, industrial and exploiting our natural resources. So we've got a coal mine and also an ore mine now as well. We've got a new coal power plant to service our city's power needs, and we also have a cargo harbour as well to be able to you know, export some of our goods to more and possibly more far away places as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this episode. Things might start to get a little bit less reliable and regular in terms of my uploads from here on out. As I record this, my fiance is actually at the airport picking up her sister and two nieces for our wedding. So they will be staying with us, and I'm going to have a little bit less time to record and edit, but they'll be out on a road trip next week for I think 8 days or so. So I'm going to try and speed run as much recording as I can to cover you over the Christmas period. But at some point in time, it's probably going to stop and we'll resume probably mid to late January or so. So apologies for that, but you know, happy wife, happy life, as they say. And yeah, I obviously will be throwing myself headfirst in this wedding and to all the different guests from overseas and interstate we'll be having as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you get a ding to your device the next time I post a video. You can find links to my social media in the description, so please jump on there, like, follow, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff. Big shout out to my Founders Club patron, Caleb. Caleb, thank you so much for helping to make this content possible. If you want to help out the channel, you can do so by popping over to patreon.com/BobDendry. You can also join as a member of my YouTube channel. You can also leave just a super thanks on this video for a one-off appreciation payment. But until next time, I'm Bob Dendry. This is Cities Skylines 2. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.